Have you ever spent days preparing to ask for a raise or deliver tough feedback, only for the meeting to completely unravel in the first 30 seconds? You sit down, the tension spikes, and suddenly the entire discussion is completely off the rails. These spectacular failures usually happen for a very specific reason. When two people sit down for a tough conversation, there's almost always an imbalance in power, hidden information, or control. One person holds all the cards, and the other person is left scrambling. Take a second right now and pick one difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Maybe you negotiate your salary, secure a promotion, or confront a failing vendor. Hold that exact scenario in your mind. To level the playing field in that scenario, you need a precise sequence of steps to reclaim control and secure the outcome you want, without burning the bridge in the process. Your preparation starts long before you send a calendar invite. Clearly define your boundaries. Figure out exactly what you are willing to negotiate, like your title or work hours, and what is absolutely fixed, like your baseline salary. Next, you set the timeline. Give the other person 3 to 5 days notice. Schedule the meeting for the late afternoon or toward the end of the week when people are generally more relaxed. If possible, change the physical environment entirely. Taking your boss or colleague outside the office for a coffee or a walk immediately lowers the professional stakes and makes the dialogue flow easier. Whatever you do, never corner someone in the hallway or the cafeteria to deliver difficult news. Catching a person completely off guard strips away their sense of agency. When humans feel their control is taken away suddenly, a biological defense mechanism kicks in, called psychological reactance. Their subconscious brain will automatically fight back to regain that lost control, turning a simple chat into a shouting match. Combining a clear, advanced schedule with your own strict internal boundaries ensures the other person arrives calm, turning what could be a hostile fight into a logical, structured negotiation. Once the meeting begins, your focus should be on managing the immediate biological tension in the room. If that isn't neutralized at the start, even the best data points will be ignored by a counterpart who is stuck in a defensive state. Start by stating the obvious out loud. This is not going to be an easy conversation. Pointing at the discomfort serves a biological purpose. It signals to the amygdala, the fear center, that the threat is recognized. Follow that up with, "I might be wrong here." Giving them the benefit of the doubt instantly de-escalates their defensive response. By scripting these two initial phrases, you disable their biological urge to fight you. They are now physiologically capable of actually listening to your message. As you state your case, pacing is crucial. If you walk in and dump all your grievances, data points, and demands in one long rant, the other person will shut down. Present a single, strong data point first and wait to see how they react. Keep a final trump card, like an offer from a competitor or market research showing you are underpaid by 20%, hidden in reserve to use only if needed. When discussing their performance, avoid declarative accusations like, "You never listened to my ideas." Statements like that sound like an attack, which will force them to rebuild their defensive walls. Instead, turn that accusation into a question about the process. Try saying, "Our ideas from the last 3 meetings haven't been implemented. Is there a hurdle in our current process we need to look at?" Often, they'll respond with a vague excuse, like telling you budgets are just too tight right now. To dig out the real objection, use a psychology technique called mirroring. You just repeat the final words they said, using an upward questioning tone. If they say, "The budget is too tight," you simply reply, "Too tight?" and wait. People will naturally fill the silence with the actual truth. This approach helps separate the individual from the transaction. By shifting the focus away from personal judgments and toward open questions, you move the conversation toward a technical assessment of the problem. As you wrap up, never back the other person completely into a corner. Give them a way out by asking an open question like, "How can we make this work for you?" If they respond with a vague promise like, "I'll try to do better next time," the meeting has failed. You leave without knowing what they will actually do. To secure a real commitment, you must answer 4 specific clarity questions using this matrix. What exactly needs to change? When will this new behavior start? How will we measure if it's working? And what is our backup plan if it fails? Nailing down those 4 specific answers guarantees you walk out of the room with an actionable, trackable plan instead of empty words. bringing the outcome fully under your control. This strategy relies on 4 distinct layers of control: establishing a scheduled boundary, using a disarming opening script, employing a mirroring strategy to uncover the truth, and closing with the 4-quadrant clarity framework. To move these tactics from theory into practice, select the 3 most relevant to your current situation and note them in the comments. Articulating your choice helps reinforce the material and makes it significantly easier to recall during the pressure of a real conversation. If you have a colleague right now who is struggling with a difficult boss or an unmanageable client, share this framework with them. Mastering the mechanics of these tough conversations is one of the clearest ways to stand out. When you can navigate conflict calmly and extract results, you secure a massive advantage in your entire career.